Hey everyone, I'm Xenia and welcome to my channel where I speak about runes. If you ever wondered how runes can help you shift your mindset and create the life that feels truly yours, then you're in the right place. I truly think that you need runes as friends in your life because they're the best advisors and the best coaches that you can find out there. So what I want to talk with you about in this video, 3 first steps that you need to consider before you start working with runes. These steps will give you clarity if you can work with the runes, if you can make them your friends, or maybe you should check any other tools out there like astrology, tarot cards, manifestation, or whatever you can find. So let's go. So these steps are historical foundation, ideology or your beliefs and values, and your personality. So let's talk about each point in details. First one, historical background. You see, when we speak about runes, we speak about system of elder talk. And to successfully operate the system, you need to read the user manual first. And for runes, this user manual is, can you guess what? Of course, 2 old manuscripts, Poetic and Prose Edda. I'm not saying that you need to know all the stanzas from Voluspa by heart. No, absolutely not. At least you need to get yourself to know these books and to dive into these absolutely different worlds and realms of gods and magic and battles and all these magical creatures. Maybe it will seem to you a little bit strange, outdated, and not relatable to your life, but you're gonna be very surprised if you're gonna dig deeper how relatable these creatures, these gods, this everything that is written in this Eddas, how it affects your life up until this day. And what most importantly, you will understand if you're interested, if you want to go further, if you want to read more, if you want to practice, if you want to know more about gods and what they represent, if you want to connect with them, then you're good to go and start your rune journey. But if you feel some irritation or something bothers you and you feel that how can rune now tis put on my fingertip can prevent me from drinking a venomous drink, then probably you should check something else. Maybe it's not time, maybe something needs to be changed in your life, in the circumstances, and you will come back to runes later. Because runes, they don't accept everyone. Your life has to be ready, your mind has to be ready, you as a person should be ready for it. And this brings us to point number 2, ideology or your beliefs and values. You see, runes demand slightly different way of thinking, different from what people are used to for the past few millennia. And when working with runes, as you communicate with your best friends, your close ones, your relatives, you need to share the same beliefs and values, because sooner or later, if your beliefs and values don't match with your friend, your family members, or with someone that are close to you, maybe you will lose this person. Your path's gonna go in different directions. The same is with runes. If you don't accept the idea of many gods, if you don't accept the idea of how to say that nothing is given to you for free, everything you need to earn and everything has to be by right. If you're in financial troubles or relationship troubles, there is no rune stuff that can heal the situation. It's only you who needs to take certain steps to heal the situation by yourself. Runes can only give you the push, trigger these certain transformational changes in your life and in yourself to get the result that you want, but they cannot do it for you. If you accept it, if you accept that magic is not only by receiving what you dream of, but also by working and doing the right things and working with yourself and mind, then runes can be your best supporters. As I already told you before, you have to accept the idea of many gods, of different connected worlds and realms, of different creatures. It's not only human being that is here in this reality. And in general, you have to accept this idea of multiversum. And it's also not a very good idea to mix religion with runes, because sometimes I saw on the web and the internet in the internet that people do some rune practices. They create their stuff, spine runes, etc., and put a prayer over it. It's not very efficient, I would say, if not to say more. In that case, runes will not like you, and you will be the first in line to say it's all bullshit. But if you're ready to accept everything that stands behind rune as ideology, its belief, if you're ready to change something in your life, in your mind, then you're good to go. And last but not least, third point that I want to discuss with you today is your personality. And I'm not talking about your gender, your race, your cultural background, your geographical location. It all can have an impact on how you communicate with runes. But it's not the main point, because you don't know who you were in your previous lives. Maybe in your previous life you were a brutal Viking, and in this life you were born somewhere, I don't know, Latin America, South Africa, or somewhere, I don't know, in Siberia. And you hear this calling inside yourself that you just need to learn runes, you just need to hold them in your hands, they're just calling for you. So yeah, your race, your gender, your geographical locations, not the main points that you need to consider, but yes, they might be important, but you can work this out if you understand one simple thing, that runes prefer to work individually. And what I mean is that each rune opens up and reflects in life of every person differently. You cannot have the same effect on one person and the other person and the next 10 persons. No, it's absolutely not. Each rune reflects differently. Of course, there are just general meanings of each rune, but when you start to work with them closer, you understand that it's better for you to have your own book of shadows, where you write down your thoughts, your insights, and basically everything that you consider important when you exploring runes. You need to live with each rune individually. You need to see what each rune is telling exactly you, not that it's written in the internet and not how other person described this rune. And of course, it takes time for you to get the needed effect, needed result that you want. If you're ready to invest time in this process, if you're ready to make necessary changes, if you're ready to fight for what's important, and if you're not afraid of losing, if you're not afraid of crushing your illusions, then most definitely runes will work with you, and sooner or later they will become your best friends. And that's it. These are the 3 steps that you should at least think about before start working with runes. Easy, don't you think? Just read the necessary books, preferably 201s, Poetic and Prose Edda. Then what else? Check your beliefs and values if you're not fanatically religious and waiting for the salvation from the above. And thirdly, be ready to invest time, be ready to change your life, be ready to change your mind, be ready to crush the illusions, and be ready to be heard. How it usually works when you work with runes on this deeper transformational levels. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in my next videos.